Happy Sunday, everyone. Today is week 2 of Quarantineathon. It's officially here. And this week we are all reading books about people at risk. I'm going to show you guys what I decided to choose. But it's also Mother's Day. So I have so many thoughts come flooding on Mother's Day. In the past, Mother's Day was very hard for me. I, of course, was celebrating my mom, who has been amazing. Like, since Nora has been born, she's always been amazing, but since Nora has been born, she has been, like, so unbelievably helpful. And just showing me love, like, when I first had Nora, and Barry went back to work really early. I think he had a week off. He was on contract at the time, so he had to go back to work early. Meanwhile, I was, like, really struggling to recover. I had lost a lot of blood and anyway, so my mom would come over in the mornings and she'd bring lunch and stay with me and like help with Nora, and it was so unbelievably helpful. And like before this whole quarantine thing happened, she would come over a couple of days a week during the day, the afternoon, and I'd run out and do some errands and stuff. She's just been so helpful and loving of Nora. It's been really nice to watch her as a gram to my babe. So I'm very, very grateful for her today. And I'm so unbelievably grateful for Nora. Like, she just fills my heart, and all of those holes in my heart from infertility. I mean, I will always miss the baby that I lost, and I think about that baby very often. But my heart feels mostly healed, which is unbelievable. I never thought I'd have that. But I wanted to show you the card that I got from Nora today, and Barry, but oh my gosh. You know, right now, Barry is finding all of these things. He found the best card. He's just been on a roll. It says, "Mom, for all those times I shouldn't have said it and didn't." And then he added, "Because I can't talk. Thanks for wiping my butt." And it's literally like protruding. Happy Mother's Day. So cute. And he added these things that they owe me a night of like books and bath, which I'm totally going to take him up on. And then from Barry, he's going to take me out for whatever date night I want when things get back to normal. So I have to start thinking. I don't know whether I should go like long term and think of like the National Arts Center where we can go and watch a show. I don't know how far away that is though, so maybe that's not the wisest choice. Anyway, I'm going to relax today. Barry made a lovely breakfast for us. I had eggs and toast and coffee, and I feel wonderful. So Nora's up in bed having a little nap, which is good and needed. And I think I'm going to pick up my book again. I picked it last night. I think I mentioned last night that the first week was heavy. I chose World War II, Hard Times, and they were heavy books. So I needed something a little lighter. And in the lineup, there was only really 2 books that I felt were light. One of them was A Man Called Ove, and I'm really loving it. I've only just started. I'm very, very much at the beginning of this, but it is wonderfully written. Like, I get the hype about his writing, and I am so eager to just devour this book. And then, after I finished talking with you guys, I went on my library app for audiobooks. I was looking for something. I was like, there's no way any of the books that I wanted to read this week is going to be available. And then guess what was available? Little Women. And so I'm going to read the second half of Little Women, part 2, because I've only read the first half. because I used to have a copy of Little Women that was only the first half, and I thought it was the whole thing, and I was completely wrong. I know the whole story. I've watched like all of the movies a million times. But I'm going to read the second half of Little Women now, and I'll have completed that book. And they're both slightly uplifting, and well, except for Beth in Little Women, her struggles. But I'm so glad with this. I really needed a little bit of a change because those were heavy books. I hope that you guys are having a good Sunday. If you are a mama, I am wishing you a happy Mother's Day, even you're only going to see this, in like a week from now, after Mother's Day. But I'm wishing you a happy Mother's Day nonetheless. And then for those of you struggling with infertility, I am sending you an enormous hug. I remember, and I am just sending you my love. So I think I'm going to hunker down and read, or maybe I'll watch another BookTube video. This happens sometimes. I should be reading, and then BookTube calls out to me. Anybody else? I'll talk with you soon. Hey guys, it is 8 o'clock, and I'm going to finally pick A Man Called Ove up again. I've just been, busy today. Honestly, editing so many. I did so many videos in the last week. I filmed them, and I needed to edit them and upload them, and there's always technical issues, and you know how it goes. So I'm finally gonna sit down and read and relax. That's the plan. Hi guys, it is Monday. I got up early-ish. It's always early. Put on my makeup and then made the great mistake of watching Some Good News, where John Krasinski gives us some good news. I love that show so much. The little YouTube channel. It's so good. And I just watched him marry a couple, and the whole cast of The Office was included. And I just bawled my eyes out to the point that I was like using Nora's little blanket thing to like dab up my face. She doesn't mind. Oh my God, like bawled. So I don't know why I put on my maquillage and then I just, it's all, not all gone, but oh my gosh, that's so good. It's a nice sunny day out. Freezing, still freezing, but it's sunny, so that's good. And I'm going to dip into A Man Called Ove. I'm really not super far. I'm 80 pages. And yeah, I knew that we were going to be unraveling and unpeeling an onion here. He's grumpy at the start, and then you find out what happened in his life and why he's grumpy. And oh my gosh, you just start to love his character. And I thought that would happen like towards the end of the book, but no, I already like really feel sad for him and care about him. So I'm excited to see his relationship with the family that's just moved in across the street. They're like really nice to him, and they bring him food and cookies and like all sorts of things, and he's just kind of grumpy about it, but you can tell he's going to start liking them. And there's this neighborhood cat that's like kind of homeless. I think it only has like one ear and half a tail, and it's just very sad state of affairs for this cat. And he hasn't liked this cat at the beginning, but I have a feeling he's gonna end up owning the cat, and I'm so excited. I'm a very strange person. That type of thing, genuinely, I'm like, oh, I can't wait till the cat has a home. And so good. I'm really liking it. The writing is a bit weird in some places, like the words chosen and stuff, but I think this is it actually translated? Oh my gosh, he's like a fairly young man. Just there's a picture of him on the back, and for some reason I imagined Frederick Buckman being like quite old. Maybe he doesn't translate and he writes in English. For some reason, I always imagined it being translated, but there are bits and pieces of it that read a bit strangely. But that's okay. I don't mind it at all, at all, at all. And like, I can tell by the end of this, I'm going to be wanting to like buy all of his stuff. Because he just pulls you in and he pulls at your heartstrings. And isn't that just what we all need right now? One thing I should mention is the whole point of this week is to like really read about people who are most at risk for COVID-19. Now, not Frederick Bachman, Ove is only 59. I thought in my head that he was much older. He's only 59. I'm still going to read it, obviously, because I've already started it. But I don't think he's quite as at risk as someone who is actually elderly. But very good. I'm 136 pages in and I'm crying. It's good, but I'm crying. I do love a story where you are peeling the onion of a person. I don't know. It's weird though, because I'm a bit of an open book in a lot of ways. Like I talk about everything. I've talked about my miscarriage. I've talked about so many things here with people I've never met in person before. So it is weird in some ways for me when people aren't like that, just because I'm so like that. But I also respect it very much. Like, I have friends who keep things close to them, and when they do reveal things, it's like, it's such a privilege. It's always a privilege when people are vulnerable. It really is. And here's this grumpy man who's honestly mean to people sometimes. And here I am crying for him. This is why I read. This is why I think people should read, because it gets you into the mind of someone else. And it does make you more empathetic, doesn't it? I think so. I might not always be empathetic, that's for sure, but I think it makes me more empathetic. Anyway, it's very good. I like it a lot. I'm sorry, I've been so terrible at blogging and vlogging lately. I don't know what that's about. But my book outlet haul just came in. Second of like a month. Oops. And I'm just going to show you one because I have never feed a queen a jelly bean upstairs, and they made one called Never Feed a Yeti Spaghetti. So of course I had to get that for Nora. So much fun. Nora is doing so amazing at like pulling herself up, and she's starting to like walk between furniture, not like full out walking. She's like holding on to two pieces of furniture and then kind of moving along. It's just crazy. She's only 8.5 months, and I thought this was a later thing, but I don't know. She's insane and adorable. I have sadly not been amazing at reading A Man Called Ove. I am liking it quite a bit. I am struggling a tiny bit with the character of the wife. Now, let me just say, I love how much Ove loves his wife. I think it's so sweet, and it fills my heart. I was crying the other day reading about his love for her, but so far I'm feeling like the way that she's characterized in the book, she's characterized as perfect. Like, never has any faults, never has any flaws, and that's just unrealistic to me. So I am slightly struggling with that. I don't know why. I should just let it go, but I am really loving Ove so much, and seeing him like open up a bit. I have a baby who's getting away from me now. Excuse me, miss. Are you leaving? Are you going to the store? They're all closed. They're all closed. So this isn't the best plan. Are you going to go and visit the Roomba? You going to go say hi to the Roomba? No, I'm going to see Papa. Oh boy. Roomba. Well, hello. It is about 8 o'clock. Nora is down. Oh my goodness. I had such a day. It was a really good day until Nora, she fell. And she got this, red mark on her head. And I just felt so badly. I couldn't get to her in time. It's at that stage where, she's really learning to pull herself up. And, she's trying to walk between furniture. And it happens. In any case, I'm going to continue on with A Man Called Ove. I am 230 pages in. Maybe I'll finish it tonight. Ooh, maybe I'll finish it tonight. And then I can start something else. Ooh, that's exciting. Okay, I'm going to get to it. One thing I will say that I really do love about books like this is when you meet a character who's very grumpy about a certain thing and you learn slowly that it's actually something else entirely, and it's just like a mask. So for example, Ove is really upset when his friend buys a BMW because he only drives Saabs and he doesn't like people who drive BMWs, and yeah, he has very strong opinions about these things, and as you move along, you realize really what's behind it, and I really love that. I love an onion. Unpeeling an onion in a character is my favorite thing ever. I do have to say, the dialogue in this book is frustrating me. It seems like everyone is shouting. It's all exclamation marks, and everyone literally is shouting at each other in these scenes, and it's kind of, you know what it reminds me of? Is Gilmore Girls, where everyone is kind of talking over at each other, has so much to say. It's just so much dialogue. And I don't like Gilmore Girls. I'm that weird person that just for some reason doesn't like it. I know that everyone loves that. So if you do love Gilmore Girls and the dialogue of that, you might like this. This isn't like people talking over each other in the same way that Gilmore Girls is. But it's just lots and lots of dialogue to the point that it's a little too much, but I'm still enjoying it. I just don't think this is going to be quite 5 stars for me. It might be more like 4, but I really am loving the onion. I love, love, love that. So it's time for an unpopular opinion. It was fine. It was just fine, but it was not more than fine. Okay, so this whole time you are unpeeling the onion that is Ove and finding out about his past, and I really appreciated that. But I think the idea was Grumpy Man has a heart of gold. I didn't actually ever really like Ove in the end. I thought I was going to get there as I went along, and I really cared about him. But I found him rude, and he was rude, and everyone knows he's rude, but nothing ever excused his rudeness for me. And he would do nice things for people, but still be grumpy through it. I never ended up really liking him in the end. And the other thing I struggled with this is that all of the side characters, of which there are many, were all just there to support Ove. And their whole lives, it seemed, revolved around Ove. And that was not realistic, and they were not flushed out characters in and of themselves. And I really found that frustrating. It was like their whole existence was to further Ove's plot, and I didn't like that. I wanted more and to find out more from them. Yeah, it just was a 3-star in the end, which is surprising. But what can you do? It was a 3-star, and that's fine. That's fine. I do want to read more by him. Oh, another thing that I found weird was the language style. There are lots of words used in here that I was like, that I don't know. They were odd, and I never fully understood what they meant. And anyway, that's probably just me. Yeah, I do want to read more by Frederick Bachman. Like, I am super curious about Beartown. That's for sure. And then I think I have My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry, or My Grandmother Asked Me to Apologize, or something like that. I think I have that one on my shelves. So that's good. But yeah, this was just okay for me. A 3-star in the end. But I am glad that I read it, and I can say I have finally read Frederick Bachman. Now, what should I read next? It's only Wednesday. I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday to read something else. So we'll see. I'm going to think on it. It is getting later now. It's like 10:15. So I'm going to think. That surprise. It's just, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Unpopular weird opinion. So this is a regular occurrence. Huh. Had to move my coffee. This little one. What? Oh dear. Hello guys. It is Thursday and it has been a day. I don't know. It's just been long and tiring. Nora didn't take her afternoon nap today. I tried from 1 until 3 and then I gave up. So I put her down around 7 and I'm just sitting on my bed trying to tell myself to read, because I know that once I start reading, everything will be fine. But I'm just tired. I'm just really, really tired. Oh, we watched The Light Between Oceans again. I love that movie. I love that book. I'm kind of thinking of maybe rereading it this summer. I don't know if enough time has elapsed since I first read it or not. In any case, that is neither here nor there, but I haven't really filmed anything of my day because it's just been tiring and I really haven't felt like filming. So anyway, I might hunker down with the Nickel Boys. I might just sit here and, I don't know, paint by number or something like that on my phone. We will see. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope you're having a lovely start to the weekend. It's a long weekend here in Canada. I forgot, but I also forget what day it is most of the time. So, but it'll be nice that Barry doesn't have to be glued to his work. He's been really, really busy, so it'll be nice to have a little long weekend. My mom just popped by to drop off Libby. So Libby has promptly gone downstairs to be with her papa. So she's down there. Nora's asleep. But my mom also brought a book that she had just finished reading. It's a thriller and she really liked it. And I don't know why I haven't heard of this before, but I am desperate to read it. It's called Little Darlings by Melanie Golding. And this is about a woman who has just had twin boys. Is she a single mother? It doesn't say anything about her husband here at all. She's a new mother. She feels like she's being watched a little bit. And then she's in the park one day and her children go missing. Luckily, they're found very quickly. However, Like everyone else is super excited. Here they are. And then she looks down in the stroller and she's like, these are not my children. Oh, wouldn't that be terrifying? I don't know. It sounds really, really great. I will haul this later, but I just had to show that to you. That was unexpected and wonderful. But I did want to talk to you real quick about The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. I'm really not super far into it. I'm only about 50 pages in. And I'm really grateful. So this is only about 200 pages. And I have to say, I'm so blown away by his writing. He is such a good writer. We are following Elwood. I think it takes place in the 60s. And we follow this young black boy. He's a teenager. And he's such an amazing kid. Like, I really, really like him. He listens to recordings on the record player of Martin Luther King's speeches, and he works at this, I think it's like a diner or something, and he's on dishwashing duty and that kind of thing. And I don't know, I can kind of imagine him because my dad used to do that when he was a teen. So and he's actually on his way to go on with his education after high school. He has this amazing teacher, and you really get to know him. And then racism, essentially, is the reason that he is going to go to the Nickel Academy, which is like a detention center / school for boys, I think in particular, who are need help, quote, quote, have been disruptive, quote, quote. He is not. He is none of those things. He is a wonderful, wonderful kid. Like, anyone would be so proud to have him as their son. I just really like him. And we're only just getting a glimpse of the Nickel Academy. And for a 200-page book, to only get to the place that the whole thing is after, this is named after, I mean, most of the time I would feel like, oh, that's a little bit late. Like, when are things going to start happening? But I'm so glad that he has like paved the way to show these are, you know, the kids who ended up at the Nickel Academy, which was a real place that really existed. Actually, was in existence for 111 years. Multiple boys died at this place. It is just horrific and a tragedy, really. And I think it's so important to show who Elwood was before he gets there, so that you have an understanding. I'm so loving this book. And it's funny because when I was choosing the books for this week, I had quite a few, as you know, choices. I actually didn't think this was going to be one of the ones that I picked up. And here we are, and I'm so grateful. This was a favorite of Russell over at Ink and Paper Blog. It's just so good. And this desperately makes me want to read The Underground Railroad. And all of his stuff. He's written like I think a dystopian one called The Zone. And I have lots to get through. I really, really like it. I just wanted to give you guys a little update about what's going on over here. Super gray, gross day over here. So I'm just chilling out. I might read a little bit. I've been watching YouTube. I watched The View. Oopsie. And then I think Barry and I might get pizza tonight. Sneaky, sneaky pizza. But yeah, I'll touch base with you in a little bit. Hello guys. I haven't read much more of the Nickel Boys, but I am really enjoying it. It's very interesting. He's at the Nickel Academy now, and so there's like this huge part of me that's like, maybe I should stop here. Maybe this is where I should stop, which I know is wrong. I need to get stuck in and just be with him through the hard times, because I know it's going to be awful. I just don't want anything awful to happen to him because I love him so much. This is one of those situations where you feel so connected to the character. Like, another book that I felt this way with is with Cyril in The Heart's Invisible Furies. Sorry, I was just interrupted. I was just saying that I feel the same kind of love for Elwood that I felt for Cyril. Like, major empathy, and I just want what's best for them. I want them to both do really well, and you know that life is going to happen, and I'm just kind of afraid of that happening to Elwood, because I really do. I don't know. I just would be so proud to have a son like Elwood. In any case, I am going to continue on tonight. It's Friday night, so Barry and I are going to have a movie night, and it's Barry's turn to pick. So we'll see what he picks. He usually picks like late 80s, early 90s stuff, which is fine with me. Yeah, and we're going to order pizza, and that sounds very nice. I have been busy editing lots and filming lots and lots of stuff. I have a little announcement coming on June 1st. I hope that you guys will like it. But I've been doing lots and lots of videos and editing and stuff for it. But I do hope that you guys like it. It's one of those things that's like very much out of my comfort zone. Very much out of my comfort zone. So I'm nervous for it. But hopefully you guys will support me with it. And that's about it. Nora's crawling around. She's standing. She's climbing. She's amazing. She's like fearless, this kid. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to go and watch some YouTube. I've been like obsessed with, I forget her name, Reagan from Peru's Project. Totally obsessed with her vlogs. She lives in New York City, in the middle of all of this. And she's like, I don't know, she's handling it with so much grace, and she's reading a ton, and I'm addicted to her channel right now. So I'm going to go and watch that, have a cozy night while I'm waiting for Barry to get out of the shower. I will talk with you soon.
Nose kisses. Mwah.
You like that? Hello guys, it is Saturday, the last day of week 2 of Quarantineathon. I am starting to really working my way through the Nickel Boys, and my plan is to finish it tonight, most likely. How far am I in it? Over 100 pages, 115 pages in. Good for me. And I have it's only 200 pages, so I'll definitely finish this today. It is incredibly sad and angering. The physical abuse happening at the Nickel Academy is heinous. Like, shocking and heinous. I think I mentioned earlier that there is a grave site that did exist where they had all of these boys. They put their dead bodies in this unmarked grave site, and it was found years later. I thought the boys, I didn't know how the boys died, but I didn't for some reason assume it was murder. They were murdered and put there, and their parents were told that they ran away. And they didn't run away. And I want to say I can't imagine, but I do try to put myself in their shoes. Like, what would I do if that was Nora? I I don't know. I'm not a very forgiving person, I guess, for that kind of thing. I just would not. I would lose my mind. It's really hard to read in some ways. But in other ways, I mean, you are so, oh, you just care so much about Elwood. And yeah, I'm really loving this book. It's so, so good and so important to tell these boys stories that have gone. I mean, I didn't know about this at all. Did you? Like, I didn't know this happened. So thank you to Whitehead for writing something so important and making it very well known. I mean, he is in a position because, I mean, he won the Pulitzer for the Underground Railroad, and like, you know that everyone will, put a spotlight on anything he comes out with in the future. And so him putting a spotlight on this, like, good on him. I mean, it's not surprising given who he is, but I'm so grateful for him. Yeah. So today, I will read that. I have been a really busy girl this morning. It's like Nora's down for her nap, her first nap. I've been like organizing stuff. I downloaded this app that I had downloaded before. When I need structure, I use this app. Sometimes I should use it more. So it's called Productive app, and you literally write down every single thing that you want to do during the day. Like, you can do weekly, you can do monthly. I do daily, and then set things in place. And just kind of reminding myself what I need to do. It can be as simple as like put Nora in her high chair and give her like it is that simple for me sometimes when I want to create an idea of what my day is going to look like. I don't know why in some ways I'm doing this now when in a month from now everything's going to change, because then I'm going back to work. But that's okay. I can just adjust things and that's fine. So I've been doing that. I'm just sitting down now to film, and then I'm also going to continue watching Lauren and the book. She had her cozy reading night. It was the like double stacked, so I think it was 5 hours, which is so lovely. I didn't join in because I don't ever have 5 hours to read straight. Although I go to bed at 7 and like I went to sleep at 11, and I read a little bit for that, so I guess I could have done it. In any case, I'm going to watch her little vlog. I'm going to edit this vlog. I've got a few things that I want to do, but I'm feeling very, very productive, which feels wonderful. I love that feeling. That's the plan for today. Gonna read a little more of this. So good. And I'm listening to Little Women on audio, which is wonderful. I listened to it while I was cleaning my makeup brushes and my hair brushes, and it's really, really great. It's so wonderful. I'm surprised because I've read, well, I guess 3 books in a way. A Man Called Ove, The Nickel Boys, I will have finished. I don't know whether I'll finish Little Women tonight. Probably not. I'll just continue it for a little bit. But I've already got another audiobook ready to go for the next week of Quarantineathon, which is about essential workers and, thinking about them and reading about them. And I've got one that I'm really excited about. Wasn't on the list, my TBR list, so that's good. All right, I'm going to go watch some Lauren, relax for a little bit, and then I'm sure Nora will wake up pretty soon. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday morning. Woo. Have that early morning throat thing. It's like 6:40. Now, usually I'd start my next vlog, but I didn't quite finish the Nickel Boys last night. I have, I think, 20 pages left, so I'm going to do that here now. First I gotta get Nora her breakfast, but yeah, I ended up chatting on the phone with my sister last night, which was really nice because we haven't talked in a while. So, yeah, but I'm gonna finish this today. It's very good and very sad. And then I will let you know what I think. Are you getting ready for the papa? Or oatmeal? You want oatmeal? Yeah, with peanut butter? Peanut butter? Who's that? Is that Bongo? Good morning. Well, that was unbelievably devastating. Very, very good. Very, very important, but devastating. Thank goodness, in some ways, this was only around 200 pages because it is so hard to read. It is really, really hard to read sometimes. It's weird though because there will be, chapters where you're just plugging away and everything is not fine, but is not devastating. And then there are chapters that are just like, oh gosh. I don't know. I don't want to give anything away, but the ending was surprising and devastating. Nora has stuff to say. It was really good and so important, and I'm really glad I read it, and I think this is a 5-star for me. I just wanted to mention that the Nickel Academy didn't actually exist. It wasn't called that. It was called the Dozier, I think, school, and it was in Florida. But the Nickel Academy was based on that school, so upsetting. In any case, it's over. As is week 2 of Quarantineathon. I'm very, very close to being finished Little Women. Probably today or tomorrow I'll be finished that. But I'm going to start another vlog now for week 3. I hope that you guys are having a good reading month, and I will talk with you soon.